What's up, bro?
How you doing?
All right, man. So it's the beginning, Talk of the Town podcast.
My name is Roy Bussall. I grew up in Seattle, Washington, born and raised.
My name is Javin Nash Harris. Jav Nash, whatever people call me.
I asked you, I was like, bro, man, we should start a podcast.
But I wanted to highlight some of the businesses and some of the talent as far as like sports is considered in Seattle, Tacoma area. I don't know, man. I just felt like I want to do something that highlights other people.
Like you said, put those people on the map, just to help the community out, grow the community together. Welcome back to another episode of Talk of the Town podcast. Today we got a special guest with us, Gifted Gab. What's up?
What's up? What's good?
What's going on?
How you doing today? How you feeling?
I'm sleepy. But I'm good. I'm good though.
Yeah. Man, let's get straight into it. So I saw on your Instagram story, you was in the same room as Damian Lillard. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, are you from Seattle, right? For the viewers who don't know.
Yes.
You're from Seattle. What part of Seattle are you from? Go ahead, shout it out.
The CD. Feel me? Yep. Central District, right there, 23rd and Norman.
Yeah.
Junkin Street kid.
Yeah.
Been around.
Yeah.
Been around.
So what was it? What was going on in the room with Dame?
Oh, so he just dropped an album. I think it's his fifth album. Mm-hmm. He had a listening event at Soho House in LA. And yeah, it was super dope. I'm not gonna lie, like I came in there with zero expectations. I'm not gonna lie, I've only heard Damian Lillard rap. There was like when he did his 4 Bar Fridays and some, loosely some songs, but I never really listened to like his catalog or anything. So when I came in there, I was like, shit, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Man, that was incredible. Like I was really impressed by it, especially because he had huge features. Like he had Rick Ross and Lil Wayne and a bunch of other cats on there, but like it really wasn't even necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like some people,
he held it down.
He held it down. Yeah. Like the songs that didn't have a feature, like I kind of fucked with more than when he had, a bigger feature. So yeah, it was definitely, I would say this album, I know that he had mentioned that like, when you're one thing, people always look at you as that. Like, even if you're good at this other thing, it's just like people have this one track mind where it's like, no, you can only be one thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But I think this will help solidify, or if not solidify, at least let, like music lovers know that like, no, he really is like, you can tell like he's been doing this for hella. Mm-hmm. Like he was saying that he was rapping before he was in the league. Yeah. So, and you could tell that just by his cadence, like you could tell he's very, he knows what he's doing.
And the reason why I asked you that is because you got bars as well, right?
Do.
You're a spitter for real. And I was saying, I think I messaged you on the podcast page, or it might have been on my page, but I was just saying, you're in great presence, and it's there's a reason why you're in the same room as him, because I've been listening to Dame since he put out his first album or whatever, and I'm like, damn, they kind of got the same, not cadence, but y'all are very bar heavy, very the tongue is a sword, y'all going in for real. And I just wanted to mention that because like I see why y'all are in the same room. And then you talked about features. You have on your project that you just put out, you have I'm blanking. Sugar Free.
Sure do.
How'd you get Sugar Free featured? That's what's up for real.
Because I manifested it. Yeah. Because I wanted it, so I got it. Yeah. No, like seriously, that's really how it happened. Like Sugar Free is like one of, if not my favorite rapper. And people always think I'm joking when I say that, or like, I don't know. I feel like, you remember when back in the day people asked you what your favorite rapper was and you felt like obligated to say like Tupac or Biggie?
Look, you see,
you know what I'm saying? And I love I love Pac.
Right.
But like, I feel like, I don't know if it's just like everybody felt that way, but it was like when asked for your favorite rapper, you felt like obligated to keep it real hip hop. Who is the best, or who does everybody think is the best? But like, what I'm saying, through the years, just as like I've always been a fan of rappers that make you say ooh, like make that stank face. Like I'm a fan of battle rap. Like I'm also reference and bar. Like I have so much useless like pop culture, music, film knowledge, and the only way I can make use of it is writing music. You know what I'm saying? So like when I hear other people do the same thing and you can also be funny, like I like that type of stuff. So like Sugar Free, just the funny shit he says, and I like ism rap. You know what I'm saying? And also just the way he can fit like a certain amount of bars and like syllables in a sentence and still keep the beat is genius as hell to me. Like if you really break it down, it's really like some genius shit. But people kind of look at it surface level like, huh? But I don't know. But anyway, I say that to say, I just was always like, I gotta do a song with Sugar Free. I gotta do a song with Sugar Free. And then I was like, I know, I'm already cool with QUIK. I've opened for him through the years many times, and we also we both have like business acquaintances. So we've been around each other a bunch, and it was crazy because Sugar Free had never been around. Like we've hung out many a time, and Free had never been there. Never been a show I went to that Sugar Free was there, and I'm like, damn. Now I have to get like, now this just don't even make no sense. Like you're QUIK. How are you not? How am I never seeing you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was. I want to say it was last year. Was it last year? I think it was last year, and it was QUIK and Sugar Free had a show at LA Live, or was it LA Live? One of them venues downtown, and that was the first time I ever got to see him live, and that was the first time. Not the first time we met, but the first time I got to see him live. And then after that, I was like, okay, if I'm finna make this project, because that was before I was even. Like G-Body Music was even a thing. Like it wasn't even, like the name hadn't even came up or nothing. But I just always was like, I was just in this kind of funk, or like, I don't even know what you call it, but I was just in a mood where I was like, am not feeling making music right now. And I'm like, if I'm finna make an album, like, I gotta have shit. If I don't have Sugar Free on this project, I don't want to make music no more. So like, I really manifested it in that way, to where I was like, this is finna happen. And then it just did. Right. You know what I'm saying?
What was you saying about the skits that you like?
Oh, what is it? It was like the third track on it. It was like a skit.
Oh, Big G's and Porn.
I was cracking up so bad. Oh my gosh. Because I was listening last night. I'm like, wait, hold on. I had to run it back because I was just cracking up. I was dying. I love that you included the skits and stuff on it too. Yeah. And then like the beginning, like the first track, it had like that like West Coast, but like H-Town type of sound. Yeah. What was like the inspiration for that?
Oh man, I love cars. And I love G-Bodies. My favorite car is an 87 Grand National GNX. And I don't know, it's so many things. It's like I love cars, that also I spend a lot of time in the car. Like I'm always driving somewhere. I'm like 90%, I don't want to say 90, maybe like a good 60% of my life though is spent going to one place.
90
I mean, but when you in LA though, the way traffic is, like, bro, it'd be like 3 hours to go like 10 miles.
You live in
just
the car,
because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like I'm going to San Diego. You know what I'm saying? Not even like I'm going mad far. It's just hella people are on the road. So I'm like constantly, you know what I'm saying, in a car driving somewhere. But I don't know, just like because of that, and like, you know what I'm saying, cruising, and just like I like to smoke and drive. Like a lot of things that I enjoy, I could kind of do in the car. You know what I'm saying, on top of listening to music. And like I've probably most of my favorite songs, or even just like ideas I've came up with while I'm driving, because I kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of disassociate when I drive. Like I'm one of the people, like I know I'm driving, but like I'm not there. Like I'm hella in my literally.
Is it like
you be in the car listening to like instrumentals and be freestyling?
Pretty much,
I feel that. Yeah. Is that like your safe space, like being in the car?
Yes.
And, does that stem from childhood at all, or like where does the love for cars come from?
That's a good question. I feel like it does come from some type of comfort in a way that, I don't know, like I'm a loner. I'm a hella loner. So like when I'm in the car, I feel like I have that, it's just like pure freedom. Cause like when you stationary at home, like I could just be at home. You know what I'm saying? But like when I'm in the car, I'm still by myself. And I'm in the world, but I don't have to interact with the world. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm a people watcher. You know, like I like to.
What's your sign?
I'm a February Pisces.
I love me some Pisces.
Okay.
Yes.
February 21st.
I just asked because you said you was a loner. I'm like, okay, well, hold on. What kind of? Where's she at on the charts?
I don't know. I just, you know what I'm saying, I have an older brother. We have the same dad, different moms. So like, I have a sibling, but like I still was kind of like an only child, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I find comfort being alone, but the car just, I don't know. It just has both elements of both. Like I said, I'm still by myself. I can do what I want to do, but I can also, this is my 77 Coupe de Ville. That was my first love.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that was my baby.
So let's take it back to the beginning. So, how did music start? Like, in your childhood, how did you get exposed to music? Did you grow up around it? I think I read an article that your mom was a singer in the choir at church. So is that how you started to get the love for music?
Pretty much. Like I was a church kid in the sense that like it's not like my mom or my dad or like my grandpa was like the pastor and the first lady. It was just they, you know, my mom's side of the family, they're from Oklahoma and like Texas. So like, you know, all you do is go to church. You know what I'm saying? Right. You said what?
Shout out Oklahoma.
Oh, you from Oklahoma?
Nah, but my fiance went to school out there. So
okay, say that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I lived in Oklahoma for like 4 years, and we would go there like every summer or to like Houston and shit. But we were always at church all the time, like all the time. Not even just Sundays, like choir practice, vacation Bible school, stewardess meeting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we are always at this damn church. You know what I'm saying? So you had to find ways as a child to like, you know what I'm saying, make it fun. But also that was during the time where like everybody went to the same church. So my church was Curry Temple right there on 23rd and Spruce. And so all my cousins was there. So it'd be fun because you know all the cousins is there, but still it's church. Like it's mad boring. So my favorite part was always the choir. Like that was the old, like I didn't care about the sermon. I didn't care about none of that other stuff. But like when the choir sang, I would always like pay attention. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best part about church. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It is.
It really is, especially when it's like a good choir. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my thing is,
ain't nothing better than that.
I used to enjoy. I enjoy church, but it'd be the second services that be.
Bruh.
Yeah, because they go longer.
It's just too much.
That's.
But then waking up and going to first service was like, I'm not trying to get
early.
up. Yeah, I ain't trying to get up, bro. Like,
there's no win.
Like I love you, God, and all that, but man.
Do you still like as an adult maintain your faith, or like where are you at now?
No.
Because I heard you say manifesting, so are you more like spiritual?
Yeah, because I grew up in the church, and also I gotta just say that like I have been me my entire life.
Yeah.
Like who I am now, I was just Lil Gabby. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like I always had this awareness about myself, and I will always ask questions. And when you have that in the church, they don't really...
They shut it down.
They shut that shit down. So like I would be asking like real questions, and they would never be able to answer it. And like I was able, I feel like at a young age, to kind of determine a lot of that was bullshit, or like how you not, like that don't make sense what you telling me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I just kind of, and then you know, you just see... Church is just such an interesting, like when you grow up in the church, it's just such an interesting world. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so sheltered. Like it's so, I can't even really put it, I really can't like explain it. Like the best way, I would like to write a show about it. You know what I'm saying? To show like
it's like a funny.
It's funny, but also dark, because it's very, you know what I'm saying? The black church is very, it can get very dark.
Yeah.
Church in general, but like the black church can get kind of dark, because you know what I'm saying, inherently there's just certain things that black people do that's just not really,
Have you seen They Clone Tyrone?
That's a good.
Okay, I was just touching on that.
Do you want to get into like producing or directing eventually? Because you're saying you want to like potentially make a.
Absolutely, like I'm a writer. Like I write all my stuff. You know, I've been hired to write. You know what I'm saying, original music and stuff for films and shows and shit. So
that's dope.
That's so dope.
Man, that's the only way to
what
make
is that
some
process
money.
like
in this music game.
Really?
Yeah, man, you gotta get them residuals.
Yeah, talk about it though. Like, so what are the struggles being in the music game and stuff? And so you're stemming towards the TV side of things, making tracks. Like, what is?
Well,
that?
I mean, just because it's just way more lucrative to be able to get your music into TV or film or something like that. But then, you know, you get way more credits if like you're writing the original music. So it's like, in one hand, you know, I've had like my homegirl Blimes and I, shouts out to Blimes. We had some music on Insecure, but like it was already music that we had already made, and they were like, we just like it for the show.
Right.
But then we do some stuff for like, no, we need you to actually write something for this particular scene in this movie. But like, you know, that comes with like, you get writing credits, and you get, you know what I'm saying, you also get your publishing. You might also get, you know what I'm saying, like there's a whole bunch of other things that you could tack on it, you know. That definitely make it look good on your IMDb and shit like that. But I guess to answer your first question, when you was like, do you want to do more TV and film writing?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, because I feel like at this point in my career, like everybody always said when I bring this up, they'd be like, you need to be an actor, and I'd be like, I don't want to block my blessings because I know I do have the personality for it, but honestly, the way I feel just at this point in my life, like being the star is cool, but like I'm kind of over it, like being the front of it. Like I rather, like honestly, the way I feel is like I feel like I've always just been in this world that people created for me, and now I want to create the world for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like just like kind of how like even like comedians were like be funny right now, and like they could actually do that because that's something that they do. And it's like I have, you know what I'm saying, I've dabbled with comedy, and I'm just like just my person, I'm just a funny person, but I know that the way that you could come up to me and be like, rap right now, I could do that. Like I would know what to do, but I couldn't necessarily be funny right on, like tell me to be funny, like now I don't want to be funny, like now I'm just not feeling funny, like the same way, like I don't know if I necessarily want to act like somebody else. I would rather write the role for some, you know what I'm saying?
I've always thought about it like that too. Like, man, how do, like, just a name, but Kevin Hart, like, you know, on the spot, he was on TNT with Shaq and them or whatever, and I just was like, man, he just turns it on like that. Like, I at a certain point, like, you grown man, and you make, like, I mean, it's kind of clowning, you know, but how are you clowning like that? Like, just on the spot, on the go, green light.
It's
like,
a gift. It's
really
just natural.
It is,
really
but
natural.
I don't know if I couldn't do it.
I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna block my blessings. You know, a lot of times, sometimes you have to do shit you don't necessarily see for yourself to get to what you want.
Right.
So if that means that maybe, you know what I'm saying, I'll do some acting to then get to the point where I can write, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm not turning down no fades, but I just know that the writing is my strong suit. And I've just been always in a very imaginative person.
Do you direct and like produce your own videos and stuff like that, or you have somebody who does that? Or
more or less, I've always done that, but I would probably say that maybe my last like 2 or 3 videos were the only videos I could say that was kind of like that, because you know, when you just until you have like a budget or some shit, you just kind of do what you can. You know what I'm saying? You're doing what you can. It's not necessarily your vision, and you know, you just can't afford to even just pull off what you really want to do, so you kind of have to settle with what you can do.
Get creative with it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like also, I'm one of them people that like, if I'm not really an alternative type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like if the doctor was like, you know what I'm saying, you can't eat burgers no more, or the next burger you eat, you gonna die. Like, I'm probably not gonna find it out. Like, if I can't have that, then I just can't have it. I don't want nothing that's kind of like it. Like, if I can't have that, then I'll just do without. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty good at just adapting. You know what I'm saying? So, kind of the same type of thing. Like, if I can't do it the way I want to do it, like, I kind of don't give a fuck now. You know what I'm saying?
Got the ownership mindset for sure.
Exactly.
I saw, again, on Instagram, something was going on with you and Nikita Oliver. Can you speak on that a little bit for the audience and for myself?
Yeah, I hate the way you said that, because it made it seem like we had beef.
Oh, no. Like, she posted something.
I'm like, why are you wording it like that?
It's no beef.
Yeah, so I saw on
just don't know what it
Instagram
was.
you and
I'm
Nikita
like-
had some words. Like, what?
See, she's hilarious, bro.
No, I was just like, am I the only one that felt that way? Like, that seemed aggressive.
Did y'all feel like that?
Did y'all feel that way?
No.
No, I didn't feel
I
like
could
that.
see how you could.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I can see both sides.
It's no smoke. It's no smoke
At all. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's
No, I see
totally the
what you're
opposite.
saying.
That's why it's so funny
It was
to
a
me.
nice picture that she put up, and I'm like, okay, doors open at 6, da-da-da. Hold on, Nikita Oliver, you okay?
Yeah, that was super dope. Shouts out to Nikita, Creative Justice, KXP, everybody that was involved and put it together. Yesterday was the next 50? Look, I'm butchering it.
Yeah, that's
50
what it was.
years of hip hop celebration, and it was at KXP in their courtyard outside, and yeah, it was Oh, it was, don't give me the line. I mean, Black Stacks was on there, was Oblay, myself, the homegirl Cyrock and Soul Messiah, they were the headliners. And then also, I want to say there were kids from the residency that were also performing, but it was super, super dope. The turnout was dope. Yeah, we had a good time. They gave out like some community awards. And it was dope. And then today they had the panel at Washington Hall. I kind of just chopped it up with some of the kids that were there, and then also kind of talking a little bit about this program that I'm developing for Garfield, to basically like a music program.
Oh, that's so dope.
That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Making a like a full album, kind of like how they did with the residency, but like making a album, and then just kind of cultivating, you know what I'm saying, the youth skills. And also, like I was saying at the panel, like, one thing is, I don't think a lot of people are having conversations with the kids these days to see if, like, to kind of giving them an option or expanding their mind to be like, is this actually what you want to do? Like, not what your friends are doing or what you think is cool. Like, do you actually want to make music? Because I'm going to tell you what it's really finna be like. If you really want to do that, I'm going to give you the real. And I don't think you're going to, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you're going to like it, and you're probably not going to believe me. So I will help you get to that point where you can see, you know what I'm saying, if this is something that's really in you, or if, let's see, like, because you don't have to just rap. That's not the only way to make money. You don't even have to even touch a mic or instrument. Maybe you're a better writer. Maybe you're a better leader. Maybe you're, you know what I'm saying? There's so many other things that we can tap into, but I don't think anybody's, you know what I'm saying? You say you want to be a rapper, and it's like, oh, okay, well, let's get you in the studio. No, man, this kid is not no rapper. Like, he don't have it in him. Right. He probably has something else in him. Let's find it and try to pull that out of him, you know?
What type of, like, skills would you need to become something like that? Like, pros and cons of being
an artist?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to say. I honestly couldn't even tell you that, because even when people, I don't even consider myself a rapper. It's just something I be doing. But like, I'm literally a creative. Like, in the sense that I can't do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I've had plenty jobs over my life. Like, so my first job I had was at, I was like 13 or 14 working at a fucking barbecue joint in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've worked jobs. I know the value of working a job, but it's miserable to me. I don't like it. I don't like being told what to do. I don't want to get up at a certain time to work for somebody to get. And I'm like, man, I really busted my ass. You're talking to me crazy, and I got to do all this shit for like $500 when I know I could really just do a feature for somebody for the you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't compute to me. And also, I don't believe in like whatever skills you have, that's what you should do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should have to, of course we should all learn new things and always be open to learning new skills, but like, when it's like your body and your mind and everything is rejecting it, like, what skills do you have? I know I'm great at just creating. I know I'm great at writing. I know I'm great at putting things together. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do to make money, because I have the passion for it. I want to do it, and also I'm working for me. You know what I'm saying?
So when did it click that that's what you wanted to do? How long did it take you to really make your mind?
That's the thing, bro. I don't think I ever had that defining moment. I think it was always like, literally ever since I was a kid, I was always very imaginative. Like, I made my own toy. Like, my mom bought me anything I wanted, but like, I would bust down a shoebox and make a diorama and play with it for no reason. Like, just be making toys. I'm just a creator. All I know is how to just make something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I just knew that whatever I did, and also I was a hooper too. So I was like, I was always like an athlete. So like,
can we shoot up?
Yeah, we can do a little something. You know what I'm saying? I might have to pop these nails off though. My jumper not as sweet with the nails, but no, I always knew that. Yeah, I was just gonna do something off of my talents or what I'm already good at. So I think that just music became. I really don't even know. I always just wrote shit down as a kid, and maybe I think just seeing the freedom in like writing and seeing that, like, I guess honestly, I don't even want to say defining moment, but I do remember this particular like kind of experience of, I was that kid, like I would just again, I've always been me my whole life, so I'm saying wild shit as like an 8-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You know, or just my thoughts. Like I don't know. I just am who I am. But I would always get in trouble for either reciting something, like just whatever. Like just I would always get in trouble for shit like that. But then I realized that if I wrote the same thing down, there really wasn't no recourse to it. So you know what I'm saying? So like I can be like, man, fuck this shit. I hate my mom pissing me off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't say, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. There's no way I could actually say that out loud, but I can write that down and like, I feel better now. Like I got it out. I didn't actually physically have to say it and have the repercussions of what that would happen, but like I should be able to be frustrated. So let me write this shit down, and now I feel like
it was an outlet.
Yeah, it was an outlet. So then I think that then cultivated into then music. Like, oh, then now I can say this in a different way. I don't have to straight up say I fucking hate my life. I can say it more like I can find a better way to word it and make it sound a little bit better and put it on a track. And I still feel the same way, but like now y'all bobbing your head and I'm like, no, I still am saying like, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, ooh, this shit go.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's probably kind of like psychological in a way, you know?
For sure.
Real quick, thank you guys for tapping in. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Flip the bell up. So you're here, breathe in. See my feet together, my core is tight. My head chin is up, straight. Then reverse. All right, try this. 3. Stay balanced. Keep your body tight.
All right, welcome back from our short commercial break. Thank you for tuning in with Talk of the Town podcast. I think Kylie, you had something you wanted to say?
Yep. Not the government. Oh my gosh. But okay.
I usually call you killer.
It's okay. But so I wanted to talk about your experience overall, like being a female artist in the game. So what has that been like for you overall? Like, do you think it's been beneficial or has it hindered you?
Good question. Helped or hindered? I mean, what I will say for me personally, like I mentioned before, I was a hooper, but also like me and my brother are 6 years apart, but that didn't really matter. Whatever he did, I had to do too. So any sports camp my brother did, I did the same one. So I can tell you, if I had a shirt, and we did, but if I had to keep the shirts for every sports camp, I'd have a closet full of just shirts. But I'm saying that to say I've always competed co-ed. So like my experience in life is always, like I've always done things with boys and girls. So it wasn't really different for me to be in like a male dominated type of industry because I'm just used to always, performing or, playing with men and women. But I will say that, I don't know, it's the music industry and just the thing in general. It just kind of goes in waves. I mean, as a woman, you do have some advantages, but as a woman, you are like, I will say that, like some people, when you hear female rapper, there's already just a perception of what you already think that I'm finna say or who I am and what I'm like, and what I'm saying, all type of shit. So it's like when you prove that you're not that, you will either see a positive or you'll either see a negative, because it's like either like, oh, you're too different, like I don't know what to do with you, you know what I'm saying, or it's like, I knew you was the same type of know what I'm saying, female that like all the rest of them. So it's like just having to, I would say probably the biggest hurdle is to like having to overprove, you know what I'm saying, even when like I kind of already have a reputation of being who I am, just like, Gab don't fuck around, but it's like people still, it's like you need to overprove. Like someone like of credibility could tell somebody that, and it's like still like, I still need to see, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, but at the end of the day, like it's always fun for me because I always get to see the egg on people's face, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it kind of gives me the power because like I know who I am, I know what I bring to the table, and I know that, you know, I at the same time I also know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Like I would be very naive to think that everybody would like my music and everybody likes me, you know? Mm-hmm. But I also just know who I am, and like I could talk to anybody. I could kind of like, I don't know, I think I'm just like just with being a creative, having to myself as my brand, I guess in a way I kind of am a salesman because I've been selling myself my whole life. Mm-hmm. So I know how to, I just know how to speak to people. I know coming in talking to you, I can tell like, okay, this is this is, you know what I'm saying? Like you just kind of know how to, you know how to read the room, you know how to talk to people and how to navigate stuff like that. So it's like 9 times out of 10, it's them apologizing or like, and like if not overtly being like, I apologize for pegging you wrong, and like just assuming it's the like, you know what I'm saying, like them trying to make it up in other ways. Like I had this opportunity for, you know what I'm saying, have certain shit where it's like, okay, but say that you was a piece of shit and that you know what I'm saying, you was wrong. Right. Say that you was wrong and that I was right. And that, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't be judging so harshly, you know, but I don't know.
So to add on to that, I see that you joined a group. Was that the beginning of your career when you first
More
started?
Gang?
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. Or I mean, More Gang was where I started. That was in like 2000. I want to say More Gang started in like 2013, 14, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that was way early on. But then in 2018, my homegirl Blimes and I we teamed up to do a duo. So we have a joint album and we went on tour and all this stuff.
That's what the song "Come Correct."
Yeah, that's "Come Correct."
So I think I was in college. Or I was in Pullman, I think, or something.
Oh, okay.
I came back home and I think you guys shot a video in front of Red Apple.
Sure did.
My God, listen, that is so nostalgic now because it's gone. But then at the time that y'all shot it, it was like, oh, they're in the hood. Like that's dope as hell. And that whole, I think it's like a 2-minute song. But like I said, the tongue was like a sword. Like both of y'all was going back and forth, like bouncing off each other. And I was like, that's some, y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but like Lil Bibby and Herb's type shit. Like y'all was going back and forth. Like that was
that's so
dope
funny.
as shit.
That's
like,
your point of reference. I love that.
Yeah, because that's what it was.
So I mean, be like Redman, Method Man.
Either whoever. I mean, there's a lot of duos in the game.
Thing,
you know,
yeah, absolutely.
It was like Kobe and Shaq or whoever, you know. But it was dope. And
thank you.
Yeah. So you're still partners or
yeah, I mean, we're always gonna do business together. Like that's my business partner, that's my sister at the end of the day. But we did that off of that video. Like it was honestly the response from the video and just kind of the internet being like, so y'all a group now. You know what I'm saying? So like we really didn't, not that we didn't have a choice, but you know what I'm saying, we were just striking while the iron was hot. Yeah. But like we both had our own things going on like for years up until we even knew each other existed and then did this. So like me being a lone wolf, like I never would have ever in a million years thought that I would do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Be in a duo and like doing a joint album and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I know me, I'm my own person. I have my own ideas that like I just need to, that I know that I need to do for myself. You know what I'm saying? So like we're always gonna do business together. We're always gonna make music, do like really whatever. But it's just, I know right now in both of our like lives and just careers in general, I know that we both are, I don't know, in a real like, we're like, I don't know, in a different era now. You know what I'm saying? Like we're both around the same age. We both been doing music for mad long. Like before Blimes was like just making music, she was a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? So like both of us have lived mad different lives and like done a lot of stuff and like, in the grand scheme, it's a short amount of time, but like it's been a long time since we've been going at it. So I know that we're both like kind of at a place where like we're trying to figure out like what we about to do, like what we about to do next.
How long did y'all partner? Was that just for like a year?
From like 2018 till the pandemic. It was really the pandemic that like kind of stopped everything. Like we were in talks to do an international tour. So it really fucked up the bag. Like we had a distribution deal through Sony Orchard, which also like ended because you know what I'm saying, pandemic. They didn't have nobody in the offices. Like it kind of, not like they're still around, but it was definitely, you know what I'm saying? It was a rough time for everybody. So like it really fucked up everything that we had going on. So like we really did have to kind of pivot and do something else, you know?
How did that affect you mentally? Like having something like that you're expecting to happen just kind of being taken away by?
It was rough, but also it's kind of like, I don't know, this might be like a kind of like dark analogy, but it's like going down in a plane. Like there's a little bit of peace to it because we're all gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like one of y'all are gonna survive. Like I'm kind of at peace knowing that we're all gonna be in the same exact situation. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I feel like it's kind of the same thing. Like everybody lost something. Like some more than others. Like you know what I'm saying, sometimes kind of
straight to it.
See, I'm not the only one with dark humor, bro. Like, you feel me?
It's fun, but I'm serious.
Yeah,
like,
no, yeah.
Like, I'm like, even at like the slightest thing of turbulence, I'm like, well, we're all in this together, y'all.
Wait, so how many songs did you make during COVID? Do you know? I know you.
Like just in general?
In general, were you making music during COVID, or you just writing?
Really, it was such a weird time, bro. Like,
yeah, it was weird.
Man, it's like I don't think we are able to process it still yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like the lost years. Like nothing happened, but also at the same time, mad shit happened. You know what I'm saying? But not like things like tangible things happening, just like in life or like just like your mental and so, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it changed a lot just in individuals, but I would say it completely changed the course of like music and how things were pre-pandemic. And I think that's had kind of a lasting, also like kind of psychological effect. And I've said this before on other podcasts, and I know that like some people feel some type of way about it, but I'm like, well, let me explain before you get offended, because this is just the way I feel and what I've seen. But like, I have this kind of disdain for like artists that came out of the pandemic, like ones that like specifically found this out of boredom or whatever, you know what I'm saying, just out of something, you know, decided like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then out of the pandemic, it's like they have this air of like they're in the same league of people that put in,
been doing it for
that
years.
have the experience. And it's like it's such a level, it's like such a level of delusion that I can't even grasp, because it's like, why do you think that in 2 years, you know what I'm saying, granted you probably did give a solid 2 years of your life to this, I'll give you that, you know what I'm saying, you might know what you're doing, but you don't know what's going on. You've never performed in front of people before. You've never actually even had really a conversation about your music to people, because you've never, you know what I'm saying? We're in the house all day. So like there's certain just life experiences and nuances and things that you have no clue how to navigate. You know what I'm saying? And you think that you can get out there and that you can, you know what I'm saying, that you can like get the same of what I'm getting or with somebody else that has put their blood, sweat, and like has experience in. Like it don't work that way. Like I don't care that you have millions, that you have you know what I'm saying, millions of streams online. You can't perform, you know what I'm saying, out of a paper box. You probably can't even sell 10 tickets to a show, because who's gonna come see you? You've never performed before. You don't know how to speak to a sound man. You don't even know what a talent buyer is.
And not to cut you off, but I want to speak on that because my brother is also an artist. He's an R&B gospel artist, and doing it all his life, and you know, having shows where nobody shows up, where nobody, no family, things like that, and then having shows where it's crowded and people are literally there just for you. So for the ones who came out during the pandemic and only have 2 years, and there's somebody like yourself or, you know, my brother, whoever, who have been doing this since 6 years old or 10 years old or 14 or 10, you got 10 years in the game.
That way. You have to take those L's because that's how you know if this is what you want to do or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell you how many shows that, you know what I'm saying, that it was this many people in the room in a venue that's 2 times bigger than this, or like just so many, you know what I'm saying? There's a laundry list of like letdowns and stuff like that, but like that's how you know if like this is really something you want to do, because you're gonna keep getting back up and doing it and finding a new way and not letting it, like, of course you're gonna feel some type of way, but not letting it like really harden you and like make you, you know what I'm saying, like make you resent it. But it's like, yeah, for somebody that doesn't know nothing or doesn't have the experience, they gonna do that show, and then like I mean, shit, that might be enough to take them over the, you know what I'm saying, take them out the game, or like, oh, I don't want, you know what I'm saying, and it's like they don't have that experience, and that's what I'm talking about with those nuances and certain stuff. Like, you can't sit here and even have a conversation. Like, a lot of people wouldn't even, and I'm not even saying that to act like I'm like this high person, but like, you know when somebody's green. So I'm not finna sit here and have a conversation with you when I know in the first 2 seconds, like the way you sat down, let me know that you don't even know what you.
I'm
not finna sit here and talk to you because you don't know.
Being real though.
But you don't know what's going on. So like, you got to get that 10,000, that, you know what I'm saying? At least 100 hours. You know what I'm saying? You actually have to get out there in the field and know what you're doing. And I encourage people to do that, but also at the same time, there's just this air of arrogance and delusion that it's like, I don't even have the want to even give you this game, because I already know you're not going to be receptive to it, because you think we're on the same level. So you think that you can tell me something when it's like, I can tell you a lot, but I don't think I want to give that to you, because just the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think you got it all figured out. Matter of fact, please go out there. I want to see it. I would like to see it, because maybe you might prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never one to be like, to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will take that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it's not realistic to think that you have all the knowledge. It's something that you sat in your room and did, you know what I'm saying? That's like when you watch a fight, like, I can knock this nigga out. Like, bro, no, you can't. Like, you're literally sitting there. There's no way you can do that. Like, you're in a fantasy land. Like, go out there. You probably you're not even gonna want to fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, it's just a lack of experience in a lot of places.
So, what was your experience like with your first show?
Ooh, I will say that my experience coming into music was, I think I got spoiled a bit, because I did come in with a group with More Gang. So it was, you know what I'm saying, it was 11 dudes and me, you know? So there was kind of already like a built-in fan base. There was already people that liked everybody else. So then they were like, who's this girl that's rapping? You know what I'm saying? And then like having that support, or like doing this new thing with people that this is either new for them too, or they're very seasoned. So like, you had Jarv and Nacho who've been doing this, you know what I'm saying? So they were kind of able to show me some of the ropes. And I feel like I was spoiled in that way, that I really had people that were like in the field, that were like actually doing it, but like we were all kind of figuring it out at the same time too. Like, they had obviously way more experience than me, you know, performing and even just like doing this music thing professionally. So I was able to learn from them, and especially like kind of learn from mistakes, and not to like, that's not a slight or anything, but that's just kind of how I learn. Like, as long as I see, I'm not finna do that. You know what I'm saying? As long as I don't do that, I'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? I know I can navigate around that, but like, what's right for you is not gonna be right for me, but what's wrong is wrong. So if I just don't do that, then I should be okay. So yeah, just learning from, or just, you know what I'm saying, seeing from the mistakes, and just the, you know, we was some wild motherfuckers. Like, it was, the More Gang story is gonna be crazy.
So how did you carry that, being with 11 guys and you being the only girl, to performing at your first show by yourself? How'd you take that into your first show?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even think I remember. I don't even think I remember what my first show was or how it was, but I do know that I've always had this, I mean, I feel like you always gonna be nervous performing for the first time. But again, I feel like I had the comfort of, you know what I'm saying, my brothers around me. So it definitely took away some of the nervousness, because they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It was just like, you have family behind you, like it just make it a little bit easier. But also, I don't know. I was able to, like, I was just thrown into it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a gradual thing. So I think it was, I'm one of those people, I perform really well under pressure, or if it's like, I don't give myself a choice. It's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna, like, even just like when I got here, I flew in 6 a.m, you know what I'm saying? I had some moves to make immediately, had a meeting at 1, you know what I'm saying? Took a shower, went to the show. Like, it wasn't in my mind one time, and I'm dead tired, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even eat till I got that Jamaican food at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm running all day. It wasn't a thought in my mind like, I'm not gonna do good. Like, no, you're gonna do good because this is what you fucking do. Like, I don't care what you got going on. It's fit. Like, there's not a plan B. It's gonna happen. So I think in that, it's the same sense that like I just got thrown into it, and it's like, well, go be good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna be good then, you know? So just not having there's no option of failure for real.
Right. Do you feel like you have like a survival mode type of mentality?
Always.
Yeah.
Always. And at time, you know what I'm saying? I dream of the day where it's no longer that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because surviving is hard.
It is.
Because you have to make decisions that you don't necessarily want to make, you know what I'm saying? And it might be something, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just survival. It's just a cold mindset when you're doing something out of pure desperation, or even not desperation, but like, you know, like there's some features that I did that I'm not proud of because I needed to pay rent that month. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were willing to pay, and I did it, and I don't feel good in my heart like when I listened to it, because I knew that I didn't have, not that I had bad intentions, but I didn't really care about it. You know what I'm saying? It was a job. It was something that I needed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Authentic to yourself.
It wasn't authentic.
Yeah.
It wasn't authentic to me. You know what I'm saying? And I really try not to do shit that's not authentic to me. That's why, you know what I'm saying, carry myself in a certain way, or I don't promote shit that I don't personally, you know what I'm saying, fuck with myself or whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just the survival mode, it just, I don't know, I feel like it's definitely a gift and a curse, because, you know, on one end, like I said, you always gonna make it happen. Like, it's gonna happen. But also at the end of and on the flip, it's like, well, sometimes it don't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't. And then what does that look like, you know?
Right.
So yeah.
What would it look like to like finally be at peace and not be in survival mode?
It would mean me doing all the things that I really want to do.
Like what?
Oh, like nothing. I don't want to do shit.
That's so nice.
No, I literally want to do.
Because you've been grinding like almost your whole life.
No, literally, like just the hunt. Like I'd said this on, I think it was the NAS podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
I'm for real a hunter-gatherer. Yeah. Like, that's really what I do. Like, if I don't have like something concrete, whether it's like a gig I got going, like, you really got to get out there and find it. Like, you really have to leave the house, or like, you know what I'm saying, find the money and really bring it back home. Like, you know what I'm saying, if I don't find it, then I don't eat, or gas don't go in the car. And if gas don't go in the car, now I can't get to this gig that might feed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just this whole perpetual, you know what I'm saying, survival type thing. So I think freedom would just be me not having to, like, you think of like what would it, like, just think what would life be like if you didn't have to pay rent? It would probably significantly change your life, because everybody has to pay rent, but it's like, when you think of just all the small things that lead, you know what I'm saying, that make that, it's really significant in your life. And that's like a piece of mind that like is really, you know what I'm saying? That's why generational wealth is a thing. Like, you don't want your kid, like, you don't want your kids to worry about rent, because that just trickles down into so many, you know what I'm saying, other things. Like, now you're doing things out of desperation. Now you're taking a career path or a job that you know in your heart that you don't need to be doing, but like, you got to do what you got to do type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, just the freedom of you know what I'm saying, just living life. You know what I'm saying? Not having to worry. I don't have to do this thing that doesn't fulfill me or bothers my spirit to do something that I need to do because I need a roof over my head and I need to eat, you know?
Right. Do you feel like that's like something maybe from your upbringing, like your childhood, that like it's instilled in your head, so now you got to still continue to do that?
Yeah, I would probably say so, because my dad was always like he was always you got to work to get what you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to work for everything. Like, nothing is finna be handed to you. Like, you got to figure your way out of everything. Like, even as a kid, if I had a question, my mom or my dad would be like, well, did you look it up first? Did you try to figure it out? Yeah. And if I tried to figure it out and I genuinely did not get it and I needed help, then they would help me. But if it was just like oh, so you just asking me, you didn't even try to figure it out yourself? Like, I'm not finna tell you, go read a book. You know what I'm saying? Go figure it out. So like, just that instilled of like, you gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do it yourself type shit. That definitely has
hustler mentality.
Pretty much. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate it, but also, you know, I do wish that, you know, maybe, and my mom passed away when I was 13, so I put a lot of it on my dad because he was the one that was supposed to, you know what I'm saying, raise me and do certain things that I know that in my heart of hearts that my mom would be terribly, you know what I'm saying, upset about if she knew, like, why would you set her up like that? You know what I'm saying? So like, but I don't know, that was just kind of like the duality of the difference between my mom and my dad. You know, my mom's the nurturer, and you know what I'm saying, she always wanted me to be all right. My dad was like, no, she'll figure it out. And it's just like, yeah, that's cool, but like, again, what if I don't? You know what I'm saying? You're not giving me that option, although you giving me that you know what I'm saying, that mindset to like, you got to, but again, that plays back into that survival shit. Like there probably could have been something in place or set up or just certain shit where it's like, bro, we didn't have to.
It's like tough love type of thing.
Too tough, like a little too tough. Like, is this love or you just don't want to do this shit? Like, just say that you really just don't even want to do it, bro.
Why do I feel this way?
Literally.
Yeah.
For real.
Okay.
But I mean, it's overall, I feel like that has built you into who you are now, because like you handling shit for real.
I do.
Yeah.
I do be handling stuff.
Yeah. Jeff,
Thank
sorry.
you.
Oh, no, you're good. I was going to say, you mentioned if you came to your parents or any adult figure and asked like a certain question, they would ask you, well, did you try it first? And you know, so my question to you, do you know about that book? I think it's like Music Business for Dummies or something like that.
Everything you need to know about the music business.
Yeah, there's a bunch of books like that out there
It's
for
like
different topics.
David Passman, if I'm not.
Have you tapped into that at all?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's one of the.
I feel like you have.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I can't remember, not even study, but it was one of those things, an OG, or I honestly can't remember, but it was somebody that was, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna look at this book.
Yeah.
But it's one of them books that like, or it's just one of them resources that I would suggest for anybody, even if you're not even in the music business. Just the way it's always updated, you know what I'm saying, because the music industry changes like every year. So it's updated for its, you know what I'm saying, for the times, but also just the way that this, because he's an entertainment lawyer that's just been in the game for forever, and just the way he breaks it down into layman terms that like anybody can understand. Like, you can break down publishing to somebody that doesn't even know what the fuck that is, you know. And for like people like artists, we need that to be broken down because the game is predatory, you know what I'm saying. If you don't know what's going on, they're gonna get like, it's not if that they're going to, you know what I'm saying? So it's, you have to be a little bit smarter than them, or just know that their verbiage and stuff like that. So the way he breaks it down is just, and it's funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually good. It's a reference. So, you know what I'm saying? You see which, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a reference is, I don't really need to break down a reference, but, yeah, but you can actually like read it all the way through. Cause like I said, they break it down. It's funny. He even gives you, you know what I'm saying, examples that make sense, you know what I'm saying? But no, it's a really good book, and I suggest it to everybody, even the dated ones. It's still, you know, like obviously like streaming and you know, more technological things have changed, but like just the basis of the music industry is kind of always it's archaic as hell, as most laws and things are. Like, damn, we need to change that. You know?
Yeah. Since we're talking about business, let the people know where they can not only reach you at and keep up with what you have going on as far as music, but also merchandise. I know you have everything G hats and merch like that. So go ahead and shout yourself out. Okay.
Well, I'm not hard to find. You can find me everywhere on the information highway. Gifted _Gab. I have an Etsy shop, gabdidit.com. And then, yes, I also did a merch collab with Mediums Collective. They are a Seattle brand, and their store location is the old Alive and Well, which was also the old goods. You know what I'm saying? So they're keeping the Seattle streetwear tradition alive. We love that. And we did a merch collab. I got the G hats, the Everything G hats. We still got some t-shirts in the store, and we'll be dropping some new hats with some colorways next month. And I'm super excited about that. Like that was definitely kind of a brainchild of mine, in the sense that I just made these mock-ups that like I really, really wanted to do. And I was in talks with a bunch of people, but it just never like really came to fruition. Like, I'll tell you one thing, the execution rate that's one thing about this game that nobody talks about, is the execution rate behind certain shit. People talk a good game, and like they'll even have you in a meeting with a whiteboard and everything all put down, and then you never hear from them again. Like, you had the time and the audacity to write all these equations on the board and had me give you all this information, and then you had no intent, like no follow through. That's crazy. But I say that to say that, like, that's why I rock with mediums, because they had the follow through. They came through, and they, like I said, they from Seattle. Right. They already know kind of the landscape and what's going on. So it just really, really made sense. And they were able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already had my vision, and they were just able to bring it to life. Because as an artist, you know what I'm saying, I don't really like to, like, if I'm bringing this to, like, this is what I want to do. So can we do it? You know what I'm saying? Don't, we ain't changing nothing. This is what we.
What they say, yanking the chain. Is all this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this things your way, like that's the only way to do it. I like
because I'm very meticulous, and I put a lot of thought into my shit. So I feel like, not to say that what I'm bringing to the table is better than anybody else's. I'm a great team player. Like, I love to collaborate, but like, I know that if I'm bringing something, like, just hear me out. Yeah. Because I promise you, I've thought of everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Mediums Collective, we got the Everything G collection, and yeah, lots of stuff coming up this year.
Music.
I signed some NDAs, so you know what I'm saying. I'm happy. Okay. NDAs, so I'm looking forward to see those. So I'm trying to get paid from some of these projects. So like, I need them to drop so I can get the rest of my money. That part.
So music on all platforms.
Music on all platforms. Yep. G-Body Music, that's my latest project that came out 4/20.
Go get that. Go listen to that.
Go get it. You know what I'm saying? Do your due diligence too. Like I said, I have 9 projects.
Body of work.
So go back to 2012, you know what I'm saying, and do your homework, you know?
Classes in session.
Your homework.
Y'all got any final words for Miss Gab?
Well, I just want to give you your flowers, you know, being from Seattle, putting Seattle on the map. You know,
let's call it up one time. Yeah.
Thank you. You don't
have any final words, like anything you want to tell people, like as far as like advice or some inspirational encouragement?
Man, I feel like I gave a lot of game.
Yeah, you did drop a lot of gems.
I can give y'all my Venmo or Cash App.
Go ahead. Drop that.
You know, because this is more where that came from, but I really just gave y'all, you know what I'm saying, I really sauced y'all for the nothing. No, I'm joking. But
and we do appreciate it.
No, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know how to edit. I want to thank y'all for the good conversation, because I will say, it does get mundane and boring to do the same interviews with the same dumb questions, like, so who are your musical influences? Not that, you know what I'm saying, you want to know that stuff too, but I like, you know what I'm saying, like, I was just talking to Nicole about this, I feel like the other day, like, I want somebody to ask me, like, just more personal like something about me, like,
ask some personal stuff,
you know what I'm saying, like, and that goes, you know what I'm saying, that plays into my music and just who I am, and not even just my music, just like who I am as a person. So it's nice for people
you're deeper than just the music.
Exactly. Yeah. So I like when, you know what I'm saying, I like that y'all really ask questions that I was excited to answer.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you.
I always wonder too, like, for artists and even like just professional people who, you know, sports athletes and things like that, they get asked the same question night after night, interview after interview, and it's like,
that's why you see artists snap.
And that's why you see like athletes too. Like when Marshawn went on his, like, I'm only here, you know what I'm.
But that's why I like Marshawn, because I know I feel him on a deep level, because at some point
Stop playing with me.
Stop playing with me, but also it's like you know what it is. There's no sense in it getting you bent out of shape and upsetting you. Now I'm finna just troll you.
Yeah.
Like now I'm finna just say whatever. Like although I've answered this question 1,000 times, now I'm gonna say something completely different because you know that's not the answer. Either you didn't do your due diligence to know that that's what has already been asked to me, or you know what I'm saying. So like now I'm gonna just kind of fuck with you and just say whatever I want. Right. So that's why I love Marshawn for that. He just gonna say whatever because this is dumb. And instead of saying what you're asking me is dumb, I'm gonna just tell you a bold-faced lie.
We do have this part of the show where we bring out these cards and have a little game moment. Killer, I
want the red one. I feel like that would be a nice one for you to have.
No, don't.
What's this game?
So this one I love. It's called We're Not Really Strangers, but they have this is the healing edition, which I feel like just
don't you
your
dare
your child and stuff. I feel like maybe you can pull a card and see like what needs
get
healing today.
Yeah. Funny.
We will get that funny, but I just want to, I'm a deep person. I just love like just choose a random card, whatever spirit wants for you.
Spirit, pick it for me.
Hopefully it's not a red card. Yeah. Okay. What does it say?
How have you neglected your mental health recently? What's one small way you can make it up to yourself? I feel like I would neglect my mental health all the time. It's like, that's a lie. That's a lie. How have I neglected my mental health? I would probably say, I feel in general, I'm pretty hard on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give yourself tough love.
Hella.
Yeah.
Hella tough love. I think sometimes I could be a little bit more kinder to myself. I'd probably say that would help with my mental health.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll switch it up.
Back to you?
Yeah, I'll take it. And if you want to pull another one, you can, but we could also switch it up to.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, I like that. You feel me?
This is more like a funny one. So would you rather have your toenails curl under your feet, or have your cheeks turn purple every time you lie?
Ooh.
The toenails curling. Ooh.
See, now I'm big about my nails, hands and nails. Like I do my hands and feet like once a week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I could. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? These are the money makers. Feet. So I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do that. So I would just have to really just be a truthful person.
For sure. And it seems like you're pretty truthful. Shoot.
Yeah.
You just
see
yourself.
Straight up. You
give it
get
what
to
it is.
the point.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty
Right
much.
to the point, so.
Yeah, I think I'll take the purple cheeks. You can do that.
It's a good one.
Do that.
Do you want me to read these off to you? You want to grab one?
You find a good question in there already?
You find one?
Yeah, I got one. I'll read one.
Okay.
When was the last time you remembered being mean to someone, and why did you act this way? I thought it was funny because I be mean sometimes. So
that's the thing. I feel like mean is so relative, you know?
Right,
like what is mean really? Like
Right.
if it's mean, if you thought it was mean, but I don't think it's mean, is it mean?
is it mean?
You know, or did you just not understand where I was coming from?
Perspective.
Perspective.
Exactly.
No, I know when I'm being mean. I think actually, I don't even know. Like, I was joking, but now that I'm sitting here thinking of it, like, I'm not a mean-spirited I'm not a mean-spirited person, like, but
It's not your intention.
it's not my intentions, but I know that meanness, my directness could come off as mean. Like you say, like, so I just be liking to get to the point.
Yeah.
And sometimes people can be like, that's really rude. And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to get there fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get to the location. You trying to detour. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know if not to say that I have. I'm sure somebody's watching this and be like, bitch, you were just mean as hell. Like, what? You're hella mean. But I don't know. I can't think of an instance. Maybe like my bro, but like I don't feel like we fuck around. You know what I'm saying? Like we just be. That's how we show love. You know what I'm saying? Is we just be kind of mean to each other. Maybe, I don't know. I know that this isn't me. I thought it was funny, but Vida came into the studio yesterday and he was wearing like this dashiki, like he was just looking real, you know what I'm saying, hip hop-ish. And I was like, you look like you finna come in here and talk to me about some pyramids. You just look like you had that just super hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
He was like, damn, for real? I was like, well, I thought it was funny. But I don't know. I don't know. I just don't even really be mean like that, I don't think.
I don't get that vibe from you that you're
Great.
great.
I'm just a great person. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's good vibes.
The question should have been, when was the last time you was great to somebody? And I'd be like, all the time.
Right.
You know?
That
Yeah,
part.
these are interesting.
For sure. All right.
I mean, I can ask one more.
Go for it.
Let's do one more round.
One more round? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go.
You pick it this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you currently healing from that others don't see?
Oh my God.
Sorry, girl. You know I'm gonna go there.
Oh my God. Bro. I feel
Hey,
like
those
Next
personal.
caller.
on everything. No, I think that if anything, that's just life. I feel like for the rest of our life, we're gonna be healing from something that, you know, I don't know if you ever, I don't know. I don't even, maybe just because I am still on my healing or just my living journey. Like, do you ever, like, I don't know if you get to a point of where you fully, like, that thing that happened to me no longer has an effect. I don't know if that
It's
is
a
a real
cycle.
thing.
It'll always come back up.
Yeah, like things get easier, or like you just find other ways to cope, or you know what I'm saying, or even like sometimes for like forgiveness is like just freedom for people. Like just even if, you know what I'm saying, they were the victim of it, apologizing or forgiving that person sometimes like releases them. But even then, I just still feel like there got to be, and I guess here comes my dark humor again, but like I feel like you forgive somebody for doing something like fucked up to you, and it's like you forgive them, you feel free. Like there's got to be a moment like in a year from now where you just sitting there like, man, I don't forgive that nigga. Man, like, actually, I would take that. Like, no, actually, that was dumb. Like, no, I don't. Why would I forgive you for that? You know what I'm saying? So I don't. Yeah, I don't know if you ever. I don't even know if that's like a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
think
think
it comes
I'll
in
be healing
waves.
forever.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
I saw, before you go on yours, I saw a post on Instagram and it said like talking about trauma, and it was somebody's head emptied out, and it was like a big black circle, and it was like trauma over time, and then the next picture was like that same black ball, but it was a lot smaller. So I feel like it diminishes, but it's never gonna just completely go away.
And even then, I don't
To your
even.
point.
I feel like that's also. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's healing from something
yeah.
different. That you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. Even, you know, like I said, my mom passed when I was 13, and I feel like it didn't really, like, naturally, you know what I'm saying, I miss her and I've been sad for, you know what I'm saying, since she's been gone, but like it didn't, I don't think it really hit me in certain ways until I got older. Like, so like, you know what I'm saying, before I probably went like years without it, at least not to my knowledge, really affected me. And then like now that I'm older, now I'm like seeing like, damn, I kind of need her for this, or I wish I could act, you know what I'm saying? Seeing things that weren't relevant to me then that are now. So I feel like in that diagram that you said, I feel like mine might have been the opposite, where it's a little bit smaller because I was younger and I couldn't really understand stuff. And now that I'm older, I feel like now it just consumes me. And now that I know that like I'll never get the answers to some of these things. So it's like now you really do kind of got to figure it out, or like put your mind, like how well did you really, you know what I'm saying? How well did I really know my mom in 13 years to now at 32 be like, I feel like she would have thought this way, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, that's why I say I don't think you ever fully heal. I don't think there's an ending to healing, you know?
Right. I agree. For sure.
So would you rather sing every word you say for the rest of your life, or only allowed to stay in one state for the rest of your life? Can't go nowhere else.
Well, I already do the first. Like, I do that. I just be singing, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always a song in my heart.
Plus, we love to travel, so you know
That part.
we gotta make moves.
I'm singing everything.
So we just having a regular conversation. You just
Yeah.
singing it.
I'm like,
Acapella
depending on my
vibes.
mood, that could just really be how the
Right, right,
conversation
right.
goes. No, literally, you know what I'm saying? There's always something. There's always, whether,
Can we hear
there's-
something right now?
Huh?
He said, "Can't."
She's like, huh?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Oh yeah. First of all,
Like, straight
I
like
love
that,
that you
you
be
know?
singing too. Like I was like, hold up, she could sing.
I told you, man, I
Yeah,
was
you
in
was
that choir,
definitely
man.
gifted, for
I had no
sure.
choice.
I know we were listening to
Thank
That
you.
Way before you came in here.
Yeah.
God, I was in here dancing.
Hey, you know what's funny? The Thugs love that. So like
I
all like
bet.
the most. I bet like I had a show in, I want to say it was Brooklyn, something like that. I'm telling, like the quintessential New York nigga, like you know what I'm saying, Jadakiss looking, like just
Tim, I was gonna
hardcore,
say,
like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying, like,
Yo, B, what's
yeah,
up?
like
Yeah,
just
son. Yeah.
aggressive as hell. When I tell you, like, that nigga was like, that is my song, like, just started singing it. I was like, that is
That's
so
hard.
funny.
Got
Like,
feelings
Doug,
too.
you know what I'm saying? Like, they really be liking, like, they really be liking my R&B shit, and I like that.
Yeah, that's dope.
So final question. What is a non-negotiable in your life?
Oof. What's a non-negotiable? Non-negotiable is probably I don't do roommates. I don't live with nobody.
Okay.
You know,
That's fair.
I've been
You got pets?
no.
Not even pets.
No. No. I will when it's more so like I like big dogs.
Yeah.
So like I would never subject a big dog to like I live, you know what I'm saying? I live in LA. I live in a studio.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna have no Rottweiler in me in no fucking, you know what I'm saying, 500 square foot apartment. So like, yeah, when I have like a house and, you know what I'm saying, land and shit like that, I'm gonna have hella big ass dogs. But not even that, just I don't I've had my first apartment when I was, I think, like 17 or 18. So like I've just lived a certain way for so long that I cannot ever, I can't live with nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
I
can't
feel
live
that.
with me. I can't live with you. The best I could do is maybe, you know what I'm saying, a mother-in-law type house so the way that if I have to see you, it's because we both go into our cars at the same time. Like I can't live like just my lifestyle and the way I live. And my mom always used to say, like, if you don't have peace nowhere, you have to have peace at home. So like, it don't matter what you got going on in your life, if you can't come home and like that's your place of peace, like, you know what I'm saying, you're never gonna find peace. So like, I know I could put up with a lot of shit and I could, you know what I'm saying, do a lot of things that I, you know what I'm saying, I could just kind of maneuver a certain way because I know I could come home and my shit is exactly where I left it. I don't have to talk to, I could really be a mute. If I don't like, you know what I'm saying, if I don't leave the house for a weekend or answer the phone, I might not actually really physically open my mouth, you know what I'm saying, like unless I'm talking to myself internally. But like, I like that. I like to just not have to think about nothing when I go home. So yeah, that's the
Peace in the house, peace in the car,
on everything.
Yeah.
Like my vision, like even if I ever do get married or have a partner or whatever, like my literal dream is, and people laugh, but I'm like, I'm dead ass. Like I would want to we have separate rooms. Like I have my room, you have my room, but like we would, the middle is like the bed. So we can sleep together, you know what I'm saying? We can still have that intimacy, but like when I'm going to my room, I'm going to my room. And when you go in your room, you can go to your room because I just need my space. Like I need to be able to do what I need to do, but I still want that togetherness, but like just, you know what I'm saying? Not too together. And I need somebody that also feels that same, you know what I'm saying, type of way.
I feel that for sure.
Respectable.
All right, one more time before we go. Social media, where people can find your project, everything like that.
Gifted_Gab, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the social medias. I'm on all streaming platforms. I say Gifted Gab, or you can look up Blimes and Gab to, you know, see my joint project with Blimes Brixton and the other content that we have together. And yeah, like I said, I ain't hard to find. Gifted Gab, man.
Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Appreciate you for coming.
Thank you
Thank
for having
you.
me, y'all. Yay.